Hi, it's Dwyer, gamblersadvisory.com, here with some post-fight comments on Danny Green's one-round demolition of Roy Jones Jr. Let me just point out that I consider this a very significant fight. Congratulations to Danny Green. I thought he did an outstanding job. I thought the referee did an outstanding job. Danny Green came in. He ended the fight with an excellent right hand. We talk about a fighter's chin. With Roy Jones, the main vulnerability is actually his head. And here Jones got hit toward the back part of the left side of his head. And what's interesting with the punch is Jones seems to have his face blocked when the punch is thrown. He has the punch blocked for his face. Green is able to land it on, excuse me, this side. No, this side, that's right. The back part of the left side of Jones's head. And Jones's legs are completely gone when he hits the canvas. What I want the hardcore boxing fan to do in looking at this fight is to take a look at Jones right after he hits the canvas. It's clear that his legs are completely gone and that they're not operating the way he wants. That hints at some kind of nervous system response to getting hit. It's something that's completely outside of his control. When he gets up, look at how he barely moves out of the corner. Count the number of punches that Jones throws after he gets up. I do not believe that Jones had the balance to throw a single punch after he got off the canvas, and I do not believe that he throws a single punch after he gets off the canvas. His legs are that gone. The referee at one point even breaks them up a bit. I want you to look at Jones's legs, look at his knees as the referee breaks them up. Jones looks to me to be staggering around the ring. He lurches backwards. He can barely stand at that point. When Danny Green comes back in and continues the onslaught again, even though this is several seconds after Jones had been knocked down, Jones is still in such trouble that he cannot throw a single punch. In fact, I believe after Jones gets up off the canvas, for the rest of the fight, Jones does not throw a single punch. Now, I feel it's a missed opportunity for Roy. Um, Danny Green was right in front of him. Roy was able to land his left jab throughout the brief moments of this fight. Roy clearly had a hand speed advantage on Danny Green. Being a counterpuncher, though, of course, counterpunchers start slow. Roy hadn't figured out the angles of the punches. And all I can say is this fight, which happened just a few hours ago, already has had repercussions. Light heavyweight champion Chad Dawson has called out Bernard Hopkins. Dawson wants to know why Bernard Hopkins is fighting fighters past their prime like Roy Jones and not coming for Dawson's belt. Keep in mind, Danny Green is now the IBO Cruiserweight champion. You do have an excellent champion at Cruiserweight in Tomas Ademic. That's a possible fight. Chad Dawson could try to add the Cruiserweight title to his light heavyweight title. I believe Dawson has the talent to do so. That would be an interesting fight. And of course, Danny Green, in one of Australia's more major fights, famously lost to Anthony Mundine. Mundine has been as high as 167 in fights. Mundine is one of the middleweight champions, but I could see a Mundine Danny Green fight being an excellent one for boxing. Also for gamblers. I think this is really an important fight because it shows you that there's only so much in a fighter's control. While Roy Jones looked to be mentally lucid. It looks like he can respond to the referee, and he doesn't look like he's mentally impaired. Clearly, physically, he completely lost his legs after getting dropped. Um, Jones's legs, his body's nervous system response to getting hit upside the head, especially hit to the left side of the head, the same side that Glenn Johnson knocked him out cold on. Um, Jones's body's reaction to getting hit on the side of his head is completely outside of his control. And so, for gamblers, I think there's always going to be a strong, a distinct risk. It's always a possibility in a Roy Jones fight that he can be stopped. You can have the best skills in the world and still just not be able to control what your legs do after you're hit. I want to know your thoughts. I do have the fight posted at gamblersadvisory.com, predictboxing.blogspot.com, and on my YouTube channel page, youtube.com/DWYER70905. I hope you stop by that page and leave your comments there. We have a robust boxing discussion going on with people from all over the globe, the United States, Canada, the United Kingdom, Australia, and I would like to know your thoughts on this fight. I thought it was an interesting fight. I thought it was a convincing win convincing and surprising win for Danny Green, who did look spectacular. And I do think that Roy Jones's people really should look carefully at a film of this fight. Um, it's a shame that Roy Jones Hopkins might not happen. If that fight were to happen, it is interesting because I do think a question has to be asked on whether Bernard Hopkins has the punching power to do what Danny Green did. Also, it is interesting too, when Jones gets off the canvas, he seems to realize that the back of his head, the back part of the side of his head, seems to be his vulnerability. He moves his guard from guarding the front of his face to guarding the back of his head. One wonders what would happen if Jones made some defensive adjustments, because clearly the back side of his head is his Achilles heel. Let me know what you think. I look forward to your comments.